This is a review of Royal Rumble 1989. It was the first one done on pay-per-view. It was from the Summit in Houston, Texas. On the call were Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse the Body Ventura. This Rumble was not for the number one contender for the World Championship. In fact, the World Champion was in it. There were 3 matches pre-Rumble. A 6-man tag team 2 out of 3 falls match between Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Hart Foundation, and Tito Bravo and the Rougeau brothers. Don't know why it was 2 out of 3 falls, but it was, and the Harts and Duggan won. It was okay. Rockin' Robin versus Judy Martin. I was really looking forward to the women's match. Didn't have too many of them back then. It was a really good match. Shardy Martel joined Gorilla and Jesse on the call. As she was the number one contender because she had just lost the title in France to Rockin' Robin. Robin did defeat Judy Martin in actually a really good women's match. Not as hard-hitting as today, a little different, very technical. And Harley Race versus King Haku for the title of King of the Ring. Haku maintained. Haku kept his championship, retained. That's the word I was looking for. His championship in an okay match. I mean, Harley Race can pretty much wrestle anybody. The Royal Rumble itself, I'll read you the list as they came in, but not as they went out, because that would be crazy. They came in: Axe, Smash, Andre, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, Ronnie Garvin, Greg Valentine, Jacob Roberts, Ron Bass, Shawn Michaels, Butch Miller, Honky Tonk Man, Tito Santana, Bad News Brown, Marty Jannetty, Randy Savage, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Hulk Hogan, Luke Williams, Coco Beware, the Warlord, the Big Boss Man, Hakeem, Brutus Beefcake, the Red Rooster Terry Taylor, Barbarian, Big John Studd, Hercules, Rick Martel, and the $1 Million Man. Storyline was he paid for number 30. Bought someone's number. The winner was Big John Studd. He had come back as a babyface, and he won the Royal Rumble. Unfortunately, he passed away from 2 types of cancer. He had the same cancer I had, Hodgkin's lymphoma, but he also had liver cancer. And he didn't make it. I wrote a few notes. I love the Demolition theme music. It's from WWF, the album. Here comes the Axe. Here comes the Smasher. Demolition, walking disaster. I just love it. Andre eliminated himself. I didn't remember that. But Jake came out with the snake, and Andre bolted over the top rope. Tito Santana is now a Spanish teacher in high school. Shawn Michaels, here's something interesting. Little numbers game from the Royal Rumble. Came in at number 9 and was the 9th man eliminated. How weird is that? I had to note that when I saw it. I'm like, wait a minute. 9. Okay, this is weird. So I had to include that in my notes because it's strange. Big John Studd was a big, sweet guy. Husband, dad. His name was John Minton. If you go over to my Find a Grave to my wrestling list, you'll see him there. Hakeem is known to us older fans as OMG, the one-man gang, from WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling, out of Texas. So he was right at home in Houston. yeah, it's he enjoyed doing Hakeem though because it was something completely different. We've seen interviews with him where he talks about it. You know, really having fun with Hakeem. So, um, I hope you enjoyed this, and I want to thank Nick Opalewski for suggesting this, for requesting that I do this particular Royal Rumble. And I just want to mention that I have memories of watching these events with my dad. Unfortunately, my memory isn't as good because of chemotherapy, as I've explained to Nick, because they'll ask me, what did you think of, you know, random pay-per-view? And I'll be like, I don't remember, you know, because of memory issues from chemo. So, yeah. And, so I do remember one Royal Rumble. It might have been the following year. I went with my dad to a family friend's house, and he also had a friend of his over, which was also a friend of my dad's, who, you know, and Nancy and Mom made snacks, and it was fun. I miss you, Ralph. I know you and Dad are up there watching it up there. Anyway, and the gentleman that came over had polio during the polio epidemic and still had a disability from it. You know, he still had like braces and stuff. He has since passed away, I believe. And like Ralph and my dad. But he was over watching it, and we just had so much fun. I remember sitting on the floor in front of the TV watching it. But I can't remember specifics of it. I just remember the countdowns and being so excited at the end of each countdown, and you know, and watching these with my dad was big for me. You know, he's the one that got me into wrestling in the first place. My mother used to tease him. She'd say, "What have you done to my baby girl?" You know, because I'd sit and watch boxing with him, or wrestling, or hockey, or, you know. She would be like, "You realize you're a girl, right?" "Yeah, Mom, I'm a girl. Believe me, I'm a girl." I'm a big girl. Anyway, that's supposed to be a joke. So, yeah, it's horrible to not be able to watch it with him anymore, but I'm glad I still have it because it gives me a connection to him, and I have other connections to you know, like the genealogy. You know, whenever I'm doing it, I feel close to Mom, you know, and I'm working on it. So, and yeah. So, but that's where my love of wrestling came from. It came from my dad. So, I hope you have a wonderful and safe rest of your day. Please hit the like button. Please comment. Please subscribe and hit the bell. All those things help YouTube. And watch the video from beginning to end. All those things are supposed to help YouTube to be more likely to recommend the video. Their computerized algorithm, however it works. A lot of YouTubers have said that that's how to make it work to your advantage. So thank you for joining me. God bless you. Bye-bye.